Great little computer for $200. I would have given 5 stars, but Windows 10 apparently sucks. I would have much rather it came loaded with Windows 7. Couldn't get my wireless mouse to work properly, finally just gave up and plugged in a cheap USB mouse. No HDMI port, but I knew about that before I bought it. I've had the computer for about 2 months now and it still runs great and quiet. Adding a SSD and a GTX 1650 makes it a prime gaming PC. Turn mine into a cheap all-in-one PC. If you need to replace the power supply, HP has a proprietary SFF, so you have to buy an additional adapter to make it work. The computer was very well packaged and arrived in nearly like new condition. Booted right up and has been running for nearly 2 weeks with 0 issues. This was obviously a very lively used lease return. Probably just sat on or under somebody's desk in a climate-controlled office somewhere for a few years. Very happy and would not hesitate to buy again, especially for the price. Great value emo. Mine arrived in great condition. Missing some rubber feet, but otherwise very clean. I cloned a 500 GB Samsung SSD using their data migration software. The SSD showed up in BIOS, but after the clone the Seagate that came with the HP did not, even though I could access it from the desktop. I was still booting off the Seagate HDD and not the SSD and could not change the boot order in BIOS. Solution was to go to settings greater than recovery greater than advanced startup greater than restart now greater than choose an option greater than use a device, and choose the cloned SSD. This will change to boot order so you'll boot the SSD as the C drive. After I did that, the Seagate HDD showed up in BIOS. The HDD/DVD drive cages flips upside down and underneath the HDD is a smaller cage bracket that with 4 M3x0. 5mm by 12mm screws and 4 nuts you can mount an SSD, see pics. The 12mm are longer than the normal short caddy screws that fit into the side of SSD drives. The extra length is needed to reach the SSD and the nuts secure the screws to the bracket when tightened. The power cables to the HDD and DVD had an extra power outlet on each cable, but there was only one free SATA port for data, with the HDD and DVD using the other 2. Mine came 4 2GB sticks. It have 4 slots of RAM, 1 internal speaker, cooling fan of master cooler, 3 PC slots, 1 graphic card slot, have 2 HDMI and you can install 2 more HDD or SSD to it, but I don't like the mouse, Dell, which looked like used one and don't have extra place to install second cooling fan which. My unit came packaged with a USB keyboard and mouse, and a USB Wi-Fi adapter dongle. You're basically set to go as long as you have a monitor. The cost value alone for this unit makes it worth $150. Click the link under this video for more details, reviews and current pricing.